Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our, what is today? Wednesday morning trading room. Hang on here a second. We'll get the screen share going. Okay. Interesting day yesterday. The market falling off a lot through the overnight, as you see here, pre-market. Big move lower. But that was nothing compared to yesterday's move lower. Oh, come on. Where are you? There we are. So the market very much in a downtrend right now. We have a little bit of an opening gap above us. We'll see whether traders try to fill that gap. Right now, it looks like our first in-sync eagle signal of the day just tripped. So the eagle looking a little bit bullish, at least right out of the gate here. We've also got our first raptor signal for those of you who would like to do that. Same idea, but on the raptor. If you don't have the eagle, just know that you can also perform that first in-sync signal of the day here on the eagle, or pardon me, on the raptor. This week, of course, a short trading week with the Easter holiday this weekend. There will be no trading on Friday, so tomorrow, our last trading day for the week. Wow, look at that follow through. That's very impressive. I'm out of town this weekend. There will be no trading room on Monday. So please make a note of that. No trading room on Monday. I will be en route. Okay, traders slowly setting the range here for the day. So even though yesterday and the overnight was very bearish, this morning we're looking a lot more bullish. And now a little bit of a pushback by the sellers again. Wow, was that it? Was that all the buyers had? We're getting a lot of activity here. Is there a report that I was unaware of? Let's take a look here. Crude inventory out. Yeah, the GDP numbers came out an hour before the market opened, so that probably accounted for that quick move lower. But we got quite the roller coaster going on right now. Well, look at this. We're just back and forth. Good follow through on each of the signals, though, I have to say. So there's that number one signal that printed right out of the open. Oh, sorry, this number one signal failed. That is not really your best looking number one signal. You know, these signal prompts, you still have to use your head at least a little bit. What you want to see is you want to see a nice cloud cross. You want to see a little bit of a pullback, and then you want to see the market pick up the new trend. That makes a nice cloud crossover. This one right here, not so much. Sure, technically the clouds have crossed, they're back in sync. There was a little bit of a pullback, and technically that is a number one signal. But no, in actual fact, you know, this signal here, while it meets all the programming parameters, really does not resemble that signal there. So you want to, you want to be a little bit you want to use your knowledge about these things a little bit as you interpret these signals. Anthony, I'm not sure what it is you're asking me. Anthony's asking, Eric, set up the Raptor 120 to 15, please. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Do you want to see 120 ticks? Oh, okay, 120 tick. All right, hang on a second here. Okay, bear with me here a moment. My charts are lagging a little. As you can see, I got the little swirly wheel going. Couple little technical difficulties. Ay, ay, ay. I hope I don't need to reboot my NinjaTrader. Yeah, I'll do it for you, Anthony. Just hold on here a second. Okay, now you do realize, of course, that 120-minute chart is not going to be the same as a tick chart. I know I may be stating the obvious, but a lot of times when you go to a time base chart, you need to, you're going to need to adjust your clouds as well. Now, I'm not going to take the time to do that right now because it's going to be a lot of trial and error converting. I can do the conversion rather quickly on a tick-based chart, but on a time-based chart, it's going to take a little experimentation. Okay, just waiting for the chart to load. Well, my software doesn't usually lag this bad. Oh, I thought you wanted 15 weeks, Anthony. Now you're asking for 15 days? Okay, well, regardless, I need to wait for this to finish loading. There we go. Okay, so like I said, you're only going to get number one signals like this. You're not going to get number two and number three signals because the time frame, the 2-hour time frame, really squishes up the bands. You see, the Raptor bands are pretty much non-existent here. And in order to make the Raptor bands look like the normal Raptor, it would require some experimentation with the time frame. When we're using the mean Renko bars, there's a relationship between the different clouds and the bars, and it's a relatively easy thing to do. But when you're converting from a tick style chart to a time-based chart, like I said, your band pretty much squishes up to nothing. All right, so let's go back here. Anthony, maybe the best thing for you to do is you can either email me or Adam and let me know exactly what it is that you would like, and I will do my best to get it to you. Let me just make sure I have everything the way I want it. Yes. All right. Back to the action. All right. Obviously, some strong selling here in response to all that buying that was going on. A little bit of a pushback now from the buyers. Now I would think a move back, well, at least to the, is that primary support? It is. Back to the primary support line is probably a given. We have quite the roller coaster going on here this morning. Wow. Look at that. In spite of the, wow. I was going to say, in spite of the strong move higher, I'm still thinking it might be better to stay with the bigger downtrend. What a wild ride here this morning, though. Plenty of opportunities higher and lower. My goodness. Even here on the Eagle, I don't think I've ever seen such monster swings right out of the open, both higher and lower, in such a short time. Here was the first in sync signal that hit its profit target. Then we got the reverse. Even if you got in way down here, that got its profit target. This was a rule of 3, by the way, up here. And then we come and reverse again. I'm not sure that one got to the profit target, but it at least gave you an opportunity to adjust your stops. Oh no, it did. It hit its profit target as well. And now the monster rally higher. Yikes. And now here come the sellers again. Oh man. All right, well, the Eagle's still bullish, but the Hawk trying to get bearish. The Falcon was trying to get bearish there. The Raptor still in sync with the Eagle for the time being. Now we're actually going to produce a number 2 signal. That is our counter trend signal right here. It did not print as such because it was a little bit drawn out, but that is what it is. It was a number 2 signal. Move back here to the hard edge. And now another number 1 signal. All right, I would be interested in the next sell. In fact, I may have to get on board this way. Oh, are they going to give me one? Oh my gosh. All right, well, here I sit brokenhearted. Didn't get that sell signal after all. Just a crazy back and forth between the buyers and sellers. I'm wondering if, this quick rejection of the move lower is going to make the market a little bit more bullish today overall. Yeah, like Mark says, just wow. I got nothing else. What else can you say? My goodness, the volatility here this morning. Unreal. Personally, I find days like this very difficult to trade because the market just unfolds too quickly. I like a nice, steady progression. Even if it's a little bit on the slow side, it's something that you can manage. When the bars are just flying by, it makes it really difficult. And here now comes the possible rejection of, is this the high of the morning? No, not quite. High of the morning is up here. 65.41. Quick little number 2 signal, move back here to the hard edge. I can see it move back to 6,500. I think that's going to be a popular number here this morning, 6,500. These ranges are just something else. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one, Mark. Right, days like this, I turn into a spectator until things settle down, and they very likely will. Or you go into sim mode. Go into sim mode and pretend you're playing a video game. That way it doesn't hurt so much if you make a bad decision. Unreal. Mark says, I've had a really good beginning of the week. I just don't feel like giving back any back in volatility like this, and I think that's a good call. I'm a little scared too. I've had a good month. I don't want to put a stain on it for a day like today. Well, it doesn't really cost anything to sit and watch. We hit 6,500 on the mark, and we come back with a number two signal now. That might have been worth giving a whirl, that number two. Here on the Falcon, I'm going to get a trend change signal. I might give that a shot, and you pretty much just have to hit your buy and sell market buttons the way the market is going here. And that was an all-in, all-out little move. Mark will be proud of me that I didn't try to run that one out. I actually took the profit. Look at that. Which was, well, the market didn't give me a chance to move my profit order any. It was just unfolding so fast. But just as well, it looks like, I'm just reviewing my order here, looks like it took a little bit of slippage on that. Nothing serious, but I did get slipped a few ticks, so that kind of is in line with what we're seeing here, a very fast-moving, very volatile market. Okay, here we go again. This hard edge buy is tough because you see we're moving a little bit sideways. This may well turn into a test of the extreme, and that could send the market lower again. Of course, if it breaks out through the high, all bets are off. It'll probably keep going higher. All right, well, let's put that back on the shelf for now. Wow. You know, you look at these kinds of charts after the fact, and you get a little upset with yourself because you think, look at all the opportunity I missed. But really, when you're watching it real time, it's nearly impossible to take advantage of any of these trades. We're back near the opening highs, and you can see the struggle. So the opening highs here. Sellers trying to knock the market back down again. Buyers trying to buy it back up again. very, very tight little sideways trading range here. This is almost bracketable, where you could look to short, say below this swing down here, buy above this swing up here. I'll demo it for you. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but we don't have too much going on here, so, well, we've got lots going on, but not too much that we can play with. I would favor a bullish break, I think, and I'm gonna, oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, what a roller coaster. So whenever you see the market, conflicted, when you make a high, you make a low, and then all of a sudden it goes dead sideways. On a time-based chart, this, depending on the time frame you're looking at, this is going to have that pennant type formation. It shows you a market that's conflicted. It's in balance. And usually when it tips, then there's going to be a little bit of follow through. And in this case, so far, some very good follow through. Right back now to the median line, and oh my goodness, where's the primary resistance? Way up here, 66.23. No, I didn't think I was going to hang in quite that long. But I'll take it. Good little move on a breakout. I am pretty happy with that. Yeah, Mark says decent 2 for 2. On a day like today, I'll take it for sure. I will. I'm just glad there was a little bit of follow through on that one. With all this volatility, the market could have looked behind, spanked me at break even, and then taken off without me. And there, yet another rally higher. So, the opportunities are here. Look at the hard edge bounces. Certainly enough to get to the profit objective. And it looks like maybe even more still. Lots of room here for a retracement, though. Where did this run take off from? Somewhere around 65.25, 24.25. So there's every reason to think the market could retrace that, get back down, way down there. I don't think that's something I'm going to try, but very possible. just watch. So here's the number 2 signal that developed very, very quickly. And if you want, we're extending this target 65, 25, 26, 27. That would be my home run target for this trade. Why that number? Well, that's where this rally took off from. All this sideways congestion, and we took off. You could even perhaps get out of 65.30. That's where the breakout occurred. And there we go. Now we got the buyers trying to push back again. Craziness. Just a very, very volatile day. I don't know what's got the market all in such a fuss. Here, let's take a second and see what the news channels are saying. Maybe something's going on here that I don't know about. I don't see anything. Nothing that should have this kind of impact on the market anyway. All right, well, back to the roller coaster ride. And now the sellers may be making a stand. Let's see if we can see this better on the Eagle. Just a huge trading range. The highs of the morning just above here. Or no, pardon me, these are the new highs of the morning, 65.60. now that we're back around the 65.25 area, are we going to see more buying come in? So far, no. All right, well, like I said, we're just going to have to grin and bear it. There's not much to do otherwise. All right. Very strong bear move. Wow, we're getting tons of late filter entries here. And fortunately, they are following through, but oh my goodness, they would be difficult to take. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of pushback. And, you know, once again, there's room to move here. I could see a move back to, I'm not a fib trader, but I bet you 65.30 is near the 50%. Oh, no, it's not. It's 62%. A move back below the low here should have some follow through to it. Oh my. This is very scary trading. Oh man. Yeah, I can't get over the volatility today, and I can't account for it. I have no idea what's driving the market so wild. Look at those signals. So what's the next stop below here? Well, 64.84. That seems feasible. Getting a little bit more sideways trading going on. Not quite as up and down as it was a mere 15 minutes ago. Phil asks, are you using Windows 10 for your NinjaTrader platform? I'm having trouble with my Ninja 7. No, I am using Windows 7. If you would like to hear my rant about Windows 10, my disdain for Windows 10, I can share that with you. Otherwise, I'll spare you. I know Windows 10 is probably more stable, but I don't like many of the new features they've included, but that's neither here nor there. If you're having trouble with your Ninja 7, and you can, if it's something specific, contact NinjaTrader support. They're really good at getting back to you. They're really good at with a prompt response as well, and they're really good at servicing the platform. They may try to convince you to upgrade to Ninja 8. I would refrain from that right now. Ninja 8 is more stable now than when it came out last year, but it is still technically in beta testing, so there are some glitches, never mind some software conflicts, especially in relation to the trade manager. And if you're still stumped, you can always try emailing Ben. He's the tech guy at Indicator Warehouse, one of the programmers. And there's Ben's email. And he should be able to get you on the right path. But like I said, NinjaTrader, excellent with their support. All right, here was number one signal that just formed. I actually contemplated taking this number one signal, so let's just throw it on there and see how it plays out. If we trade back down below these lows, below the 64.88 zone, I think we'll see the bottom fall out of the market again. things really, I know it's a rather broad range, but 6,500 really being problematic. Okay, well, looks like it was just as well I didn't try to do that trade. Ah, there we go. Ryman with the, I'm going to call you Scoop, writes, Eric, the Business Insider app showed a top subject on Trump wants to go after Amazon. I did not read the article. This news was reported at 9:08 a.m. Amazon is down 4.5% right now. Now, why does President Trump want to go after Amazon? Goodness only knows. I hope he does it after my order arrives. Look at the size of these swings. So my number one signal actually working out, but look at the drawdown that I would have had to endure. That was just crazy. And that's kind of the roller coaster. Mark says, mine too. Oh my, and down they go. Are they going to retest the lows of the morning? What a crazy sort of day. I know I'm repeating myself, but really, what else can you say about today? We got plenty of room. Lows of the morning. Look at all this activity. Lows of the morning, I think we're around 64.50-ish. Yeah, here we go. 64. No, actually, we got as low as 64.45. Looks like 64.50 had a lot of activity around it, and that may well be where we're heading back to. I was hoping Amazon would have those drones in place by now. Shoot, I'd order something just to have a drone deliver it. I think they were just planning that for this greater Seattle area, but still, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Mark says about Amazon, that's my favorite place to buy stuff. I wonder what Trump's fascination is with Amazon. Facebook has been destroyed, now Amazon, and everyone says Trump was supposed to be good for the market. Not this month. No, that's one thing about the president. Regardless of your political tendencies, he has added a lot of volatility to the marketplace. My goodness. Okay, buyers got to put up or shut up. We're back down around this 64.50 zone. It looks like we're dipping at around 64.73, 74.75, but still, it's a premature reaction to that support zone. Oh, that could be. Steve says, I don't think Trump has ever bought anything online, just like Obama never bought online. I just don't know how darn convenient it is. It's downright addictive. Yeah, that's right, Steve says. They have people to do that. Oh, yeah, there you go. Nick says Jeff Bezos is not a Trump supporter, so that's why Trump is beating up on him. That could be. Well, I'm glad we have something to talk about because the markets are just too wild and crazy right now. My gosh. Am I going to get another chance to get a trade off here this morning? Hey, way to go, Ryman. Ryman says, I was able to scalp one contract and got $94 at around 9.55. I'm done for the day. Good job. It is a roller coaster, to be sure. Yeah, Steve, I know. Steve writes, yesterday I sold and took a quick 200. If I would have held, it would be over 4,000. I know, but it's hard to, you can't second guess yourself, right? You can only make your decision based on what you have in front of you at the moment. My cousin Marvin loves to trade that way. He loves to look at a chart and he loves to say, "Whoa, Eric, if we had just sold, if we had just sold way up here and bought it back way down here, look at all the money we would have made." But I have to remind him that, Marvin, you would never tolerate these kinds of pullbacks against you. You know, how much is this pullback? Just as a for instance, I bet you that is at least $400 or $500. Oops, got to do it the other way. Yeah, that's nearly a $500 pullback. This little range right here. And I know for a fact he could not tolerate that, which is fine. You know, that's his trading personality, but you can't, you can't look at a chart that way in hindsight and say, oh, well, this is what I could have done. You can do that to learn, maybe the next time you'll tolerate the $500 pullback in an attempt to get a little bit more profit. But yeah, you can only work with what you got in front of you. The buyer's taking a stab at it now, and it looks like they're going to try to push the market back up. We're still not too far off this whole 6,500 area, which almost seems to be the tipping point today. Okay, so you can see obvious resistance here at 65.14. Okay, are we going to get another move lower here? Is that what they're going to try? What a battle going on here right now. So, like I said, 6,500, a very influential price level, and it's looking like whoever takes the market from this point is probably going to control the market. We're coming back now on the heels of this number one signal with a number three signal. I'm a little reluctant to enter anywhere below this or above this low right here. Wow. Oh, man. I might have to give it a little bit more room still. I'm scared. All this bouncing back and forth. Oops, that's out of range. So this just a little bit of a follow-up signal, also kind of a hard edge bounce type ordeal. And it's a little bit of a risky trade because there's all this support back here. All right, let's see if I can get any follow through on this trade. Oh, whew. Okay, I'm all right with a quick little profit. It could fall off back to the low of the morning, but you know what? The way the market is moving today, I think I'll just take my profit. Thank you very much. And they're dragging their heels a little bit again, which comes with the volatility, I suppose. Yeah, Mark says you're having a great day. Maybe you found your niche. Um, yeah, in spite of the rodeo type market, I've done all right today. It's so well balanced, this market. Like we've got, I'm not going to scroll back through the eagle here because we've just got too many bars to go through. Oh, maybe a time-based chart would show it a little better. But I can just tell by the numbers that we're going over the same numbers time and again. Let's go maybe to a 5-minute chart. Here is the open for today. So this is today's range here on the right-hand side. And look, in spite of all this volatility, we really haven't gone that far. We're kind of going over those same numbers right through here. So now that we're back kind of at the bottom end of this little congestion area, we may see the market try to move higher again. And you can see we just produced a number 2 signal here on the Raptor. So that's what I was going to show you on the Eagle, but I would have to scroll way back in the Eagle. But pretty interesting all the same. The Hawk really neutral now. Lots of yellow bars, lots of wild swings. The filter all over the place. So I think we might have moved from trending mode into sideways mode, scalp mode. And I think we could see a lot more back and forth churning. If today is like this, I wonder what tomorrow is going to give us. Looking at the Geiger counter, the volume's relatively light, or even here at your bid and ask bars. I haven't seen any really big orders go through. A lot of it is onesie-twosie kind of stuff. Oh, I saw an order for 10 and another one for 16 flash by. Well, the downtrend still continuing, so it looks as though the sellers may have come out on top today. I wonder if we're going to see another move back to 6,500. Okay, sellers digging in as off 64.50. Pardon me, buyers digging in off 64.50, and a big bounce. So back near the low of the day, and we get a pushback. Oh dear, do I dare? Oh, okay, Ryman. Scoop has got a report for us here. Ryman writes, the president is considering targeting the retail giant's tax status or must be for antitrust action. Trump blames Amazon for the decline of brick and mortar retailers and the pain that has caused real estate developers. Really? All right. And he thinks the company is getting a free ride from the U.S. Postal Service. Okay, I'm not sure how he figures that one, but all right then. It doesn't seem to make much sense to me. After all, isn't the premise of a capitalist society that we vote with our dollars? But hey, I'm not president. What do I know? Obviously, my notion here that the market was going to put in a rally was false. It did. We got that quick little bounce, the number 2 signal, and a minute later it's back here to the hard edge, and 2 minutes later we're back resuming the downtrend. Wow. That is a wild ride, folks. It's almost as though you could just sell anywhere. Just pick a signal, short it, and hang on. I won't do that. But that's almost the kind of day it is. The direction, not the problem. Stock placement. That's the issue today. Because we are seeing some pretty incredible swings here. Wow, look at that go. And there's another big bounce. Wow, what a surprise. Well, do I dare sell, or are we going to see another pullback? I'm getting a little bit tired trying to figure out which way this market is leaning. Obviously, the immediate trend is down. And I think, as a rule, you're going to be safer selling today. But I can't help but think, now that we've surpassed the low of the morning, that another pullback is just around the corner. Whenever you break significant highs or lows, there's almost always a reaction to that breakout. And it looks like this is what we might be seeing. That's not to say the breakout or the reaction is going to stick. The market may just steamroller right over it and just keep going lower. Nice little test of the extreme. We'll see if that holds and it comes back with a number 2. That could be buyable. That could be a buyable signal to take us back near the low of the morning of the opening range. Oh, there's the number 2 signal right there. Just printed while I was yakking. Here now your second push on the number 2 signal, and I would just be looking back here to a move to the low of the morning, and I didn't even get a chance to get my break even. Come on, get up there. Oh, and look at that follow through. I was going to say 64.50 would be a good number on a retrace. When the market moves this fast, you're going to find that it likes those even numbers. 64.50, 6,500, 65.50. And if you take a look back at your chart today, those are all territories where we had some pretty significant reactions today. I'm spent. What did I do? 4 or 5 trades? I'm done. What a roller coaster. All right, gang, we're going to button up shop here for the day. Just a reminder again, a holiday weekend. So tomorrow is our last day of the week. And I am not available on Monday for Monday's trading room. But I will remind you again of that tomorrow. If you are going to hang out here and try to give this another go, honestly, I could see a move back to 6,500 a very, very realistic possibility. Certainly 64.84, our primary support line, would be the next target. 6,500, I think we're going to see the sellers show up again. But be careful. It's a wild and crazy ride today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.